Hello, hello, hello. This is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it's time to continue with our playthrough of Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. Now, we left off, see, who are we playing as? Okay, we're in Nicole. So, after chasing the real culprit down and then getting back in here, thank goodness, we have to figure out how... George has to get in to see the cameras. Of course, we have one problem. The detective is here, so we need to distract the detective audio. Okay, so let's talk with George here and figure out things, okay? We'll see if we can... So, are we talking?
Josh,
Okay, we're
Yeah, Nico.
so why do you need to get into the office again?
I'm pretty sure the robbery was an inside job, and I think the proof is in the office.
So, what's stopping you?
Super cop over there.
What if I create a distraction?
You do that, and I will let you have whatever I find.
That's a deal, Josh. Somehow, I've had to get the inspector away from the office door.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at this gap on the wall here.
It was the alarm for the painting that had been stolen. The painting was La Malédiction by an artist named L. Serpent in 1937. Georges said that somebody had disabled it.
Okay.
Inspector Nave, do you have a moment?
Hope he has a moment.
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
Okay.
I suppose this is quite a complex case, Inspector.
It is a robbery gone bad. Nothing more, nothing less.
Surely there's a bit more to it than that.
Please abstain from baseless conjecture, madame.
Of course.
The victim's body paints a simple picture, more reliable than any witness statement. Consider the impact of the bullet, and note the concomitant lack of blood. A casual homicide, nothing more.
Don't you find it odd that the thief chose that one particular painting?
Life is full of odd things, madame. Fingerless gloves, white dog poo-poo, nasal hair. I prefer to concern myself with murder.
Of course.
Did you see the alarm was sabotaged?
I have interrogated the crime scene, madame. I am fully aware of the disabled security. I prefer biological evidence to the merely circumstantial. Body parts, blood, important things.
Don't you think the disabled alarm is highly suspicious, though?
The forensic team will be along shortly. Voice your concerns to them. Do not bother me with this circumstantial fliff-flaff.
Why don't you check out the security camera footage?
Madame, that is not my area of expertise. It is the body which concerns me.
But the CCTV footage is evidence. It could help identify the killer.
Correction, madame. It is but an indicator. The only true evidence is bodily fluid. Unless you know something I don't, then please leave me be.
The only evidence Inspector Nave seemed to appreciate involved gore.
Yeah.
What do you think about the American, Georges?
He is deeply suspicious.
Could you give me a statement, Inspector?
Now is not the time, madame.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else.
Okay. He's an asshole.
If I was going to distract Nave, I needed to unearth new evidence or concoct some. And the bloodier, the better.
Well, let's talk with Lane here.
Are you Hector Lane, the art critic?
Enchanté, madame. And which of the angels are you?
I'm Nico Collar, a reporter.
Ah, a fallen angel then, my favorite sort.
He's an ass.
What can you tell me about the painting that was taken?
It was called La Maledictio, an unknown work that only recently surfaced.
Who was the artist?
A mysterious figure known only as El Serp. Some say he was a student of Picasso. He was good, but not great, and his true identity remains unknown.
What can you tell me about the theft?
Oh, it was truly awful. What do you want to know?
Have you spoken to Georges?
The American?
Yes.
He promised to clear up any misunderstandings the police might have about my presence here.
What can you tell me about Henri's involvement with the gallery?
Dear Henri, a shining diamond in the ordure that is the modern art business. He owned the gallery. What will we do without him?
Tell me about the shooting, monsieur.
Well, it all happened so fast.
Take your time. What did you see?
I can't be sure. Perhaps I could answer your questions over dinner.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I'm on a tight deadline. Did you see the thief?
I would have tackled him, but he was too quick for me.
Yeah, right.
Did you know that the alarm had been sabotaged?
No. How dreadful. I suppose that's why the alarm isn't ringing.
He's a real genius.
Here's my press card.
And there was I thinking you were too young and beautiful to be a reporter.
Thanks for your help, Monsieur Lane.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get anything useful from Lane.
Well, let's talk with the Padre here.
Excuse me, Father.
Father Simeon, my child.
Are you okay, Father?
It's a terrible shock, but yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Could I ask you some questions about the crime?
What kind of questions?
I'm a reporter for La Liberté.
I suppose it cannot hurt. Please ask away.
Well,
Why did you come to the gallery today, Father?
God brought me here. I saw the poster for the exhibition. I had to come.
What do you mean?
I knew there was great evil in La Maledictio. It was my duty to confront it. The painter was El Serp, the Serpent, don't you see?
Evil? So, what were you planning on doing here today?
I wanted to bear witness to anything that the devil would conjure.
Well, I think it was a no-show, Father.
Really? A man is dead, Miss Collard. I'd say his work here today is done.
That wasn't going to help my story. Did you see anything that might help identify the killer?
The devil takes many forms, child. I didn't get a good enough look, I'm afraid.
Anything would help.
I'm sorry, my dear. My mind was elsewhere.
What do you know about Henri?
An innocent victim, insofar as any of us are innocent. If he was peddling such blasphemous works as the El Serp painting, then who knows what other sins he was hiding.
Father Simeon was making me feel guilty. Priests always did that to me.
they're good at that, to be honest.
What can you tell me about the painting?
Grotesque and evil.
How can a painting be evil?
By killing all who come into contact with it.
Does that mean we're next?
Laugh not at the devil's play, Miss Collard.
Technically, I'd ask that too.
Do you know anything about the painter El Serp?
He was a purveyor of blasphemy, a servant of the Antichrist.
How can you know that?
It is clear from his work.
Father Simeon was making a lot of assumptions.
Alright, well, we'll do the press card thing.
This is my press card. As I said, I work for La Liberté.
Good. Be sure to warn your readers that this painting is evil.
Thank you for your time, Father.
Okay.
The priest had nothing useful to offer.
Right. Well, let's see, we'll do this. Dang. Take a look at that.
The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor.
I have an idea.
That wasn't worth trying. No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands.
Chewing gum.
It was a blob of chewing gum, probably carried in on somebody's shoe.
Well, let's get that.
I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice.
Oh.
How about that for a distraction? I wondered whether it would be enough.
Okay.
Inspector!
Yes?
We went through all those.
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it.
Indeed.
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Le machine.
Okay, Georges, that should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office. I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
Junk poster. Okay, so we got all sorts of things that we could check out.
The frame containing pressed flowers.
Okay.
I didn't imagine Henri as a musician.
Here did I.
Henri sure liked his clutter.
Up. Okay.
The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording.
Okay.
I needed to find a 4-digit number. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster.
Okay, I'm having trouble with the right stuff to click on here, buddy. Okay. Oh, pipe.
It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache. Henri sure had his quirks.
Desk. Oh. This basket.
In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back, Henri's financial problems weren't my business, but now I knew where he lived. The poster advertised a 1975 Stockholm Music Festival,
Oh.
headlined by a group called the Hairy Lobsters.
Huh.
The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day.
Wait a minute. 2705.
Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. It was a small keypad. Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble. There I was, looking at the exhibition. A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail.
Nothing new here.
The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take.
Yeah.
The most striking... He knew the moment it all went horribly wrong. Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting, but it had been sabotaged. I wondered who could have done that. Maybe Lane or even Henri himself. The killer making his getaway. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful.
All right. All right, let's check the notice board out here real quick.
Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk.
Okay.
The telephone was an antique rotary model. The handset looked greasy. It was hard to tell if the lava lamp was retro or just plain old.
I'd say
The
old.
trinkets, the junk, the instruments. Henri was kind of a hippie at heart. I didn't like the idea of a pocket full of sharp pins.
I can't blame you on that.
There was a box of thumbtacks on the desk.
Okay.
I didn't need a business card. The business card listed the gallery's details. It was a decorative pen, probably a gift to Henri. It was a corroded lighter. It was liquid ink. I had no idea they still sold this stuff.
Yeah.
It was an Erasertron. I loved those. It was a reel of fragile tape. It was the paper that Nico wrote for. Nico lived for the day her story would be on the front cover. It was the paper that Nico wrote for. There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery.
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course. But I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation.
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh, pal? Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
Guess it didn't matter.
I had some valuable leads, but before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Hold your bladder.
2 coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it.
Yeah. Alright, so let's...
You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Yeah.
Let me guess. La maledicción.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find.
Yeah. It's going to be important. We need to know who this guy was and why.
Well, the priest thinks La Maledicción is evil.
George, he's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on. I found the address of the security company Henri employed. It was not the one that I recommended.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And George,
Yeah?
it's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
I still think you're a cute couple. Here, that's the security company. We're gonna head to Henri's apartment.
As I approached Henri's apartment, I started to doubt whether coming here so soon after his death was such a great idea. Parisian spring fashion. Reminds me why I love this city. I recognize the name Sasha from the charges listed in Henri's credit card letter. Tony's Brasserie. Looked expensive. Paris sure had a lot of similar looking cafes.
Let's use the intercom.
Yes. Who is it?
Excuse me, madame. This is George Stobart. Could I talk to you?
George, what?
George Stobart, madame. I'm from the insurance company.
For God's sake, did they have all this? I don't want to buy insurance.
No, I'm not selling, madame. It's about the gallery theft.
Oh, I see. You people move fast, don't you? This isn't a good time. I am so distraught.
Madame,
Yeah.
Right. Now that hadn't achieved much.
Alright. Let's head to Vera Security.
The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera Security. Hi. I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for Vera Security.
Yes, of course. It's the shop behind you.
Thank you. The name's George, by the way.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
Bad migraine, eh?
The worst. The buzzing and flashing from the old sign is killing me. I thought the neon sign had potential until it broke.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners used to be a restaurant. But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me a splitting headache.
You want me to try fixing that sign for you?
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm very good at fixing things.
Then please do. I'm no good at electricals. Marketing analysis and predicting trends is more my thing.
Okay. Blossom's another person. Okay. Alright, let's fix this sign if we can.
I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing. I pulled the wire off. Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated. Aha! That seemed like a good name. Hey, Bassam, how about this? I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USPs.
Glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you.
Okay.
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Well, let's,
I really like your new sign.
It's magnificent. I owe you one.
What do you think?
I'm over the moon, George. Thanks to you, I can now sell my retro cavalcade of musical cards, brushes, souvenirs.
Ah.
And you know what they say? Happy sellers make happy shoppers.
Yeah.
So what are you selling?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I sell all those things you can't get anywhere else in Paris.
Like...
English biscuits, Turkish delight, French cassettes, Brazilian Betamax videos.
Smell this.
Ooh. At least it's the real thing.
Yeah.
Bassam had already told me where... I decided to keep... If Bassam knew how flimsy the sign was, he wouldn't be happy. Do you have any use for nail clippers?
Nail clippers? The pocket knife's little brother.
Yeah, I like that. I better hang on to him.
Alright, that's pretty much everything. So let's go in Vera Security. Uh-oh.
Help!
What's wrong?
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor. Get rid of it.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
Okay, first let's see. That.
The ashtray was full of cigarette butts. The filters were gold-colored. Very exotic. Romanov's, a Russian brand cigarette. The pack was empty. As a child, I'd always been told not to play with matches, but I never could resist.
Okay.
I tipped out the matches.
Okay. Alright, since I Don't know how to properly take care of this big-ass cockroach. Let me ask Bassam.
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Do you happen to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
Yeah.
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economic framework. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please, whatever you do, don't squish it.
Why's that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add this.
Rich tea. What's that, a cookie?
The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Glad to help.
Thank you, my friend. Okay.
Come here, little fella.
Okay.
I set down my matchbox. Cockroaches like hiding in dark places. Not a bad idea when you think about it. Cockroach wasn't going for it. I needed some bait.
Yeah, I think we have some bait.
I added some bait to the matchbox. Even I was finding it hard to resist that little trap.
Okay. Come on, little roach.
Gotcha!
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
Yes?
Alright, let's talk about these topics.
There's been a theft at Le Lézard Bleu. A painting's been stolen.
Shame. Still, I'm sure you'll get over it.
I believe your company set up the security.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
Didn't.
Did.
I've got all day.
But I didn't. It says here that Vera was hired to do the security of the gallery. Didn't do a very good job, did you?
Where did you get that?
At the gallery.
That job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping. Maybe the office itself could give me more information.
Are you done? Only I want to listen to this next race.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Thanks. It was a little black book, and they are always interesting. I was sure I'd find something in the book Annette was guarding.
Hands off, mister.
Can I just have a look?
Certainly not. That book is very private. Hello, we're security. We make you secure. Wrong number again. Damn nuisance calls.
I wanted to see what secrets the book might contain. There was a photo. Of course, I grabbed it. A very bad photo of Lane in a net. That guy sure got around. Recognize this?
Hey, that's my photo.
That's you with Lane, I believe.
So, what if it is?
Yeah.
What is he to you?
Oh, my Hector. That's what he is. My little Hector.
Yeah, I thought you said you had nothing to do with the gallery.
Look, here's how it is. I've only been here a few weeks. I had nothing to do with that gallery job. I just delivered the paperwork.
So, who was the manager before you?
I don't know. She just, one day, didn't come in for work. I shouldn't be talking to you. The boss told me to keep my mouth shut.
See.
Yes?
Go through any topics here now.
So, what happened on your date with Lane?
I'm not sure I'd call it a date.
You can do better than that, Annette.
Here, are you asking me out?
No, I meant, tell me more.
Oh, like that is it? Want the details, do you?
No. Look, let's just move on, okay? Are you betting on a horse?
Yeah.
No, I just like hearing the sound of hooves.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Well, I hope you win.
So do I, Sherry. So do I.
Always hope somebody wins.
The boss. Have you got his number or address?
No, I've forgotten it. I mean, I never knew it.
Annette, a serious crime has been committed. You're in a lot of trouble.
I had nothing to do with it. Look, I need this job. I need the money. Anyway, it's only a silly old painting. No one got hurt.
Uh-oh.
The gallery owner was shot.
Badly?
Dead.
Yeah, he's pretty dead.
Oh.
This is a murder investigation. Now, who's your boss?
I don't know. Honest, he faxes me if he wants anything.
He? Who's he?
I've never seen him, never met him. Don't make trouble for poor Annette.
Thanks. I was pretty sure Annette had told me all she was going to. She sounded scared. Time to put the thumb screws on Lane, and I knew just how.
Yep. All right.
Time to confront Lane.
Yeah. Not the only thing we can do now.
The gallery was sealed off. The place looked empty. Lane wasn't exactly easy to miss, and it looked like he wasn't around. The gallery was empty. It looked like Lane was somewhere else. The door was locked and sealed off with police tape. I needed to find Lane, and I was sure he wasn't in there.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Waiter Man.
Hi.
Monsieur?
I'm looking for Mr. Lane. Has he been here?
Ah, yes, monsieur. He came by earlier. Told me he was off to console Henri's widow. I hope she's out.
Huh. Then. went to talk to the widow. All right.
So Lane was consoling the widow. What a big heart that guy had. Did he have a grand scheme or just loose morals?
To be honest, George, I'm leaning more towards the latter.
Hello?
This is George Stobart. May I come up?
I'm sorry, this is a very inconvenient time. Come back later.
I know that's you, Mr. Lane. I need to talk to you. Mr. Lane, does the name Annette mean anything to you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I need to talk to Madame Dubois.
I'm sure it can wait.
Mm-hmm. If you don't let me in, I'll tell the police about your interesting connection to the security company.
All right then. Come up, but make it brief.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, George, you have the worst timing.
Is this a bad time to accuse you of lying?
What do you want?
I've just come from Vera's security.
So?
What do you know about the owner of Vera's security?
Yeah.
I've never had the pleasure.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about Annette.
Who?
From Vera Security.
I don't know any Annette.
I'm surprised you let your conquests keep souvenirs.
Where did you get that?
Annette lent it to me.
Quit waving it around, for God's sake.
Now.
Can you tell me anything about the owner of Vera?
Annette told me he's some angry-looking Russian chap.
That would explain the Russian cigarettes.
Come on, Lane. Tell me about Annette.
All right. I had a fling with her, okay? Now keep your voice down, please.
And you two fixed the security for the robbery?
No, nothing like that. Anyway, the fling was a mistake. She turned out to be rather needy.
Uh-huh.
I believe you. You're not a criminal, just a lecherous old man.
Less of the old, if you don't mind. As it happens, I make a lot of women happy.
Especially when you leave them. Okay, Lane, take off.
You can't tell me what to do.
You want me to show Bijou this picture?
All right, I'm going. You haven't heard the last of me, Stobart.
Promise?
And give me that photo.
If Lane was telling the truth, that meant that Annette was lying. She said she'd never met the owner and was very keen to get rid of me. I wondered if she was hiding something interesting in that back office.
Yeah.
Are you going to introduce yourself properly?
Pleased to make your acquaintance, madame. My name's George Stobart.
Call me Bijou.
Bijou. I like that name. I think that was the name of the one girl hamster on Hamtaro.
Hello, young man. Such a delight to have a new visitor. What can I do for you?
I'm from the insurance company. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Henri, my poor sauvage. He died in his prime.
Could I just ask you a few questions?
Well, why not? A little company might just pep me up, as you Americans might say.
Henri was very brave at the gallery. He tried to stop the thief and paid the ultimate price.
Henri was my lion and my little pussycat.
How are you coping?
I'm still trying to take it in, Cherie.
Imagine.
Can you tell me about the gallery? Was the business doing well?
The gallery was Henri's baby. He never spoke to me about it.
So you weren't involved?
Not at all. Business is not my thing.
Your record player seems to be stuck on the same song.
Yes, this song gives me great comfort. It reminds me of Henri.
Bijou, I think someone involved with the gallery helped the thief. It wasn't Hector Lane. He's not devious enough.
But who else?
I don't know. But I will get to the bottom of it, I promise you. Do you know this company, Vera Security?
No, I don't. I've never heard of them.
Thank you for your help, Bijou.
My pleasure, young man. Do come back any time.
Bijou appeared to know nothing. I still couldn't discount Lane. Annette, on the other hand, had lied about Vera Security's owner. The artist was entering his cubist phase. Two lovers entwined. Reminded me of that party game with the map.
They're all
A
beautiful.
subtle birthmark was the only blemish on the model's flawless skin. The subject looked vulnerable as she clasped her knees. You have a beautiful home, Bijou.
Oh, thank you. I do like beautiful things.
The subject stared casually out at the world. Henri was now dressed in a cheap suit. On balance, I preferred the waistcoat.
Stuffed dog.
A small stuffed dog sat on the table. Poor creature. Was that a tear in its glassy eye?
Cherie, please don't touch my table. I keep everything in perfect order.
Okay.
The stereo was playing the same tune over and over again.
Okay. Talk with Bijou again.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Truth or dare?
Truth.
And there was I hoping you'd say dare.
Henri looks very peaceful.
Doesn't he? I wish I could keep him here forever.
I don't know that feeling.
Again, I'm so sorry.
Life is too short, George.
It is.
Anything else you can tell me about the gallery?
No, I rarely went there. As I said, Henri took care of everything.
What's the song called?
Jasmine by the Airy Lobsters. Before your time, I'm sure. It's a band that Henri fronted in the 70s. They got to number 2 in the Swedish charts.
Big time, huh? Is that a painting of you?
Yes, darling. Though obviously he got my hips completely wrong.
Uh-huh.
Who painted it?
Oh, some acquaintance of Henri's. I don't recall his name.
What's the story behind the stuffed dog?
Oh, Fifi. I was heartbroken when she went. I had her preserved so that we could be together forever.
That's very touching.
Isn't it?
It is in a way. A little creepy too, but more touching. I mean, the people they have, like, is that there are companies that make stuff pets, stuffed animals based off of that.
Quite unusual these days to bring the coffin home.
Henri loved a good wake. Said they were better than any party.
Huh. Thank you for your help, Bijou.
My pleasure, young man. Do come back any time.
No, I forgot to look out the window.
The view through to the Bois de Boulogne was stunning. America is my country, and Paris is my hometown. Bijou?
Hmm?
Any new topics? No.
I'm sure his killer will be found.
It's a cruel world that takes my Henri away from me.
Yeah.
Anything else you can tell me about the gallery?
No, I rarely went there. As I said, Henri took care of everything.
Okay.
What's that song again?
Jasmine by the Hairy Lobsters.
I wonder if that's a real band, too.
Is that a painting of you?
Yes, darling, I already told you.
Okay.
Thank you for your help, Bijou.
My pleasure, young man. Do come back any time.
Oh, I forgot to look at this music box.
Please don't touch my things.
Okay. Let's see, can I ask her anything else now that I looked at the music box?
Bijou?
Hmm?
No.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Alright. Okay.
Night was falling. Annette would have left for the evening. It was time to pay a visit to Vera Security.
Short time later.
The empty mall was lit by bright moonlight, the perfect ambiance for a little detective work. I wanted a good look at that back office. I just had to find a way in.
And I think this is a good place to call it. So we got a few more of these achievements. Didn't know them. But this is a good time to call it an episode. So if you made it this far, please put in the comments what's the deal with Annette? I think there's something more about Annette than we know so far. However, until next time, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere. I invite you to subscribe to the channel and check out all the videos that premiere on my channel. They premiere every day at 3 p.m. in a 2-week cycle. Besides this, I'm working my way through other game series and franchises. Working my way through the Heretic Hexen series, currently on Hexen. Working my way through the I finished Mage's Initiation, so something new's going up in its place. I do runs through the game of Monstrum. I'm working my way through the Alien Breed series, currently on the 3rd and final of that series, Descent. Working my way through the Quest for Glory series, doing a Magic user playthrough, currently on Quest for Glory 3 Wages of War. Working my way through the Sinking City, also working my way through Kathy Rain 2, Soothsayer, and a bunch of others. I also have videos that premiere weekly at 10 a.m. At the time of this recording, Sundays and Mondays are open. Tuesdays are usually reserved for fic readings. Wednesday is either one of the first 7 Final Fantasies, first 3 Final Fantasy Legends, or Chrono Cross Chrono Trigger. Thursday is usually for Dead by Daylight, Friday usually for a fighting game, ladder or story mode, and Saturday usually for a retrospective for a game or series I've beaten the story mode on. So, until next time, I'd like you all to take care and have fun. Bye all!